Everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here. Today I'm doing a quick intro for episode number 2 as it's in regards to me having to explain something as a part of episode 2. Now at the start of it you're going to see it just kind of cuts to like the middle of a mission, and that's because whenever I was recording it I didn't realize how long it would take me to do each mission, as it doesn't exactly give you a time on like how long it took you to complete it or anything like that. And I tried to do another 2 missions afterwards and I reached the limit of what I have it set to record, so it cut out some of the first mission as of episode 2, which is the Pumpkin Gorge. The first mission in the pumpkin area before the pumpkin boss fight. So I figured I'd do this intro for that, as well as do the next intro, which will be immediately like after this point, if that'll make any sense. So yeah, in regards to that, if you're wondering why after this intro it just kind of cuts to the middle of a mission, that's why. And I'll explain what you miss out on it, as it's actually not too far from it. So from the start of the mission, you head forward a little bit, and you'll notice on your right some vines hanging down. If you follow that, you'll find the first rune, and then if you keep going, you'll find a hidden wall that you can break kind of on your right, and that's where you'll find the chalice. And then if you keep following that path, you'll find an energy vial, end up back out on the main road, and you'll be at the area where the where it takes place at. So anyways, I figured I'd do that now and explain it, otherwise you'd be really confused at what happened until you played through the level. So with that said, we'll just kind of skip to that. Bit all over you, they're no fun. Just deal with them, and then come over here to the right, put in that moon rune, come in here and start walking clockwise, and this will move the platform up. Now once you reach a certain point where you think it's perfectly fine, you can just jump up, grab the moon rune and the chaos rune, and then come out, and then put it in. Now if you follow the path here over to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left, I mean, you also see that we have a health geyser right there. But if you come over here to the left, also destroy these exploding pumpkins when you get the chance. As you can see, we're almost halfway to getting the chalice. If you hop up on these mushrooms, they'll start to rise. If you don't feel like you can make the jump, just casually walk off and you'll fall down. Instead of heading forward, head off to where this money is. Come over here and we'll get our next rune. And then we'll exit out. Then head over here around to the left, of course. Enter the earth rune and then head up like so. Use your charged hammer to get rid of all of these pumpkins in your way. And then you'll eventually be at the top. Grab the energy vial. Come over here and get this star rune. Deal with this dude. Open the chest if you really want to for a silver shield, which will be much better than the bronze one we had. And now we can make our way down. Make it a little bit faster, you know, that whole thing. We can now turn around and finally go back that one way. Now if you really want to, you can skip having to do that and just jump through. Now we can head forward finally. Now the only thing that sucks about this map is that it's a ridiculously long ways back to backtrack to go get the chalice cup, but you want to do that. Just use your charged hammer attack in this area, and it shouldn't take you too long to do it. As you'll see, the mystic rune or whatever it is almost in our grasp. Oh, time rune. I'm sorry, time rune. First, head over to the right, as this has enemies for us to fight and work on our chalice. Look at that, look at all these enemies for us. Grab the energy vial, of course. We should almost be done though, so don't worry about that. Once you finish these 3 off, it should be golden pony boy to grab the chalice. No, not quite yet though. It's okay. You can now head back this way. And we'll see if there's any other enemies that we might have missed along the way. Just double check. Make sure you're dashing, stuff like that. Okay? Huh, kinda weird. Ah, there it is. Now we can get the chalice. Just wondering where we missed. It's better just to take the left path to get back easier. As you can see, we're just able to mad dash all the way back. Sadly, like I said, because it's at the very start, it's a little bit annoying having to backtrack all this way, but it's okay. As you can see, it's right here. And once again, just drop on down, grab our chalice, and we'll be on our way. If I can fix my character's movements, because the camera angles, that'd be great. Now, one more mission down. Now, the next mission, like I said, it's going to get us another trophy, and then we're going to work on another trophy as well, which is always nice. Make sure to be careful, as the movement's a little sensitive in this game. Just try to make sure you don't needlessly die or use any health vials. But now you can just make our way out of this level and be done with it. Go visit our Hall of Heroes. Wonder what we're gonna get. I do believe it's the longbow. Actually, no, it's the enchanted sword, I forget. The enchanted sword is like the normal sword, but it does way more damage. For now, you just equip your normal sword, switch back to your hammer, as the enchanted sword is going to come in handy, trust me, it really does. But as of now, you don't want to have it equipped, because every single time that you have the enchanted sword equipped, it'll use it, and then it'll slowly drain it, and that's not good. You basically want to have it saved for the moments that you really need it, which, trust me, you will. Now, there's also going to be a trophy related to enchanting that sword, which is just 100 gold. So you'll just basically let it run out or use it to its max, and then re-enchant it, and that'll get you another trophy. Now here, what you want to do, destroy these pods, jump over, grab the money. Come over here, actually to the left, and in here use the witch's talisman. The witch will appear and ask you to defeat the boss of the area, which we're already going to do, which is nice for us. Sadly, we're just getting melted by these pumpkins. Grab this money, defeat another pod, come over here to the left, get this other pod right here. Come on. If you hit this chest, it'll start to explode, but just dash away. Now, you're wondering why I'm probably not using the enchanted sword, is because it's a really strong hitting weapon that does a lot of damage. and we're going to use it on the boss. So that's why I'm trying to avoid using it as much as I can. Here we have a healing vent, which we're actually going to use now. Just because I like to try and keep up as much max health as I can. Until I need to, of course. Now we're also going to put on the enchanted sword. And yeah. So now, what we have to do is defeat this final pod, and then the boss will wake up. So switch to the enchanted sword, tentacles, and then you'll be able to damage the boss. He'll then cause 3 random pods in the map, which will show you to respawn. They're pretty straightforward. The first one is always going to be over here. Then the next one is right here. Now, based on how long it takes you to do this will determine how much health regenerates for the boss. You'll have to do this three times, and then it'll be done. It'll cause some enemies to spawn, but that's fine. Once again, just switch to the enchanted sword if you can. Take out the spikes and the underlings, and then you should be fine. Once again, he'll cause 2 more, or 3 more to spawn. They're pretty well telegraphed, as I think it's in the same 3 spots every time, which is good for us. So here's the first one. Then following through and around here over to the right, we have this one. And then we have the one over here in the water. Like I said, pretty straightforward stuff. I do believe that this is the final time we have to do this. So, shouldn't take too long. Once again, switch to the enchanted sword. Take out the limbs. And then you should be good to get in that damage. And the boss is over. That'll net you a silver trophy. We'll then go finish up the rest of this level and be done. Have a skippable cutscene, which lets you know where to get the chalice at. So from here, what you want to do is now head back, talk to the witch here, the cauldron, with the chalice. She'll reward you with a dragon gem, which is really nice for her. Then hop down in here, grab the vials, grab the chalice, and we can now be on our way. That's already 2 levels down. Part 2. Here's the exit for that area, and we can now leave and be done with this. Pretty easy stuff, really. Now, excuse me. Alright, so the next mission is going to be a little bit tricky, as it has a hidden trophy that is a little bit confusing, but I'll explain it. This dude will give us some money, which is really nice of him. I don't know why he likes to switch you back to the enchanted sword as soon as it gives you the money, but oh well. Now that we're done here, we can move on to the next mission. Now from here, just kind of backtrack, and then again. This time we're going to head up to the sleeping village. Now in this area, you're already going to start off with the percentage for the chalice, and I'll explain why that is as soon as we get into the mission, of course, to make sense. Sorry about that. Okay, so in the sleeping village there are, as you can see, 61% is already filled. Now what you simply want to do is not to actually do anything. Do not hit a single enemy in this area, as they are the villagers. You don't want to hurt innocent people. So come in here, grab the rune, and then just get out. She won't follow you, so that's okay. Come down over here and pull this lever. Skip the cutscene as I'll show you exactly what to do. So don't worry about any of the villagers here. Grab the chaos rune, come in here. Now you're gonna have to do this very specifically. Do a dash into this room to grab the crucifix cast, and then just get out. From here, head back, nope, not this way. Head back down over this way, down into this actual area. Push this barrel, very specifically, of course, if it'll let me do it. Open up that back room, come in, drop down, come into this area, swing on through here, specifically. Now this next room is going to be a little bit annoying, as you have to do it very specifically. And what that is you have to... I'm really trying to avoid having to do something. So what you want to do is get all the enemies over in this area. Go in, grab this, come back down. Make sure you don't hit anybody whenever you do that dash into the barrels, as it'll make you have to reset. Grab the vial, pull the lever, come back out, head back up, jump over here, grab the landlord's bust, and now we can finally leave this horrible, horrible area. Now, the main reason why I'm talking about not hitting anybody or anything in this area is because it's part of a hidden trophy, which is to not hurt any of the residents of the area. Now, once you exit, all of those people will leave, and then they'll be replaced by these enemies that you actually want to fight. So just follow the path I take around, deal with them. You can use the enchanted sword or whatever you want. Okay. Now, head over here to the blacksmith shop. This will be towards the start of the map. Come over here and place the crucifix cast and the landlord's bust. Then hop on and start melting away. And that'll get us the crucifix. Now from here, just immediately head over to the left. Enter the church. Come around over here. Place the crucifix. Heal yourself up if you really need to, as most of the enemies hurt a little bit. Come over here, grab the key, and I'll show you where that door that was just revealed opened up. From here, head over here. If you want to go pick up that gold, you can, but just follow this around into this little passage back here, and then follow this around. From here, hop into the chimney, pull the lever crunk, grab the gold, come over here and use that key to get the shadow artifact. Coming out here, we'll have a dude and a secret wall, which will lead us to the chalice, but we can't get it just yet. So from here, follow the path, come around over here, fight all of these guys as they really wanted a tussle, and we can now get the chalice. So now just simply fix your camera angle and all that. Head back to the mayor's house. Head in through the secret wall. Grab the chalice. Grab the energy vial. And over here you can get some gold. Now, if you've done this correctly, once you leave the stage and head for the Hall of Heroes, you should get the trophy saying it's not their fault. And that'll be a secret trophy. Now, once you come back to this mission later on, you don't have to worry about it anymore. If at any point you do happen to hit anybody, just restart the level and you'll be okay. Now from here, we're going to head to the more annoying of the levels in the game, at least in my opinion, is because I thoroughly had to look up a guide on how to get through the mission. But now, I can easily show you how to do it. No problems. So I guess while we're here, what we're going to do is talk to the gargoyle here to enchant our sword, and that'll get us another trophy. And then we'll leave the Hall of Heroes. It's not too tough. I will make a quick save right here, just because I know this can be a little long. Actually, no, I'll make the save after this next mission. The Asylum grounds is probably the most annoying in this entire game in terms of how much it makes you think, or how much it wants to make you think, whenever it could have just done it a lot easier. But that's just my opinion, of course. So this mission has 4 riddles that you pretty much have to solve through. You more or less 5, but the last one's really easy. So while you're here, immediately come in, and you'll see you got this dude right here. New enemies, you know, to deal with. Also destroy that dragon head that was just chilling right here. Come over here to the right and talk to Jack of the Green. He'll give you a riddle. A riddle. And so what the first riddle is it involves stars. It's like, okay, well, what does that mean? So you see these stars around the map. You just need to hit them. That's 1 down. There's a total of 5. Second one is over here. Now you can finally head into the actual maze. First thing you want to do is head off to the right over here. I'm just going to use the enchanted sword on the guys, as it does way more damage than the hammer does. Before you go off to that room on the left, come over here to the right, and you'll get the next star. Come on. There we go. Jeez. Now the last one's in here in this room, but it's more or less a ambush setup that they try and do. He'll start talking about how you're so clever, but he's not done yet.
You will not find my next conundrum so simple.
Now, I recommend switching to the sword for this next challenge, as it's a lot easier to do. But every time you complete a riddle, you do have to come back and talk to him.
I live for laughter.
I don't know why every time the camera angle changes, sometimes it messes with you. But simply follow the path I take. Come back around. And this new path on the left will be opened up. Now what you want to do to solve this riddle is hit all of these once. And then hit them in the order I hit them in. So starting from left to right, you go 2, 1, 4, 5, and then 3. That'll help you solve the second riddle the fastest way possible, as that one took me a good half an hour to do, just because I'm inept. And my puzzle solving skills were getting really tested and I was failing horribly. Let's come back, talk to Jack of the Green.
Face like a tree.
Now from here, once again, you'll have another path to follow. Pretty straightforward, really, if you ask me. As you'll see, a new path is opened up. Here, he'll have you collect a chaos rune. Somehow there's a dude I forgot to kill, so I'm gonna go do that, so I don't miss out on an... What? They respawn or something? Anyways, more progress for the chalice. So now that you have that rune, you'll come back, and before you do anything with it, I definitely recommend doing what I do, as you'll see there's all these cats here. A little weird, right? Cats in a weird maze area. Don't get that. But simply come and deal with all of the enemies first, as they can be very annoying. As you saw the chalice, but these cats have a part to play in the actual riddle. So come back over here, and if you remember, you needed to use the chaos rune. Here you have a rat that'll follow you. What you simply want to do is guide him through the cats. If the cats scare him, you have to go back and restart. Basically have it to where, as long as the cat's back is to you, you'll be okay for the most part. You'll know if the rat is still there, and bring him to the elephant.
Did you spot my bluff? I pretended
That was very sketchy of me of how I did that, but it somehow worked. Now come back to him, and you'll have to wait for him to finish this sentence, of course, before he can restart.
Come to me. I tolerate the moon and
Now, just to be safe, I recommend talking to him twice,
I tolerate them.
because sometimes if you do it too early, he won't open up the next area, so you have to go see it's not open and then come back. So come here to where the elephant opened up. There'll be a new area. Got a dude setting you up for ambush again. Now you can get the chalice, get rid of these enemies. God, takes forever with the normal sword. But now you can come back, grab the chalice, make your way back. If you really want to, you can hit that if you really want to. Heal up, as we're almost done with this mission, or level, I should say. Okay, so from here, head forward and you'll see it should be open. If it's not open, just go back and talk to Jack. Now from here, head off to the right immediately. Push from this side, that way you can move it to the panel. Come around to the other side. Just push it normally like so. And then let's get this last one.
Blasted. It took me ages to come up with that darkness one.
Now head back to him for one final time.
My vast intellect.
From here you actually are at a shorter location than you'd normally have to travel back.
And I shall give you your
Just
prize.
travel back around. Pretty straightforward, honestly. He'll say you're so clever and all that, and say, yeah, alright, you can find your own way out of the out of the maze. So just follow this path like I take, and we'll get out of here pretty quickly. Once again, having the dash definitely makes getting through these so much easier. Head off to the right here, and you'll come to this little chessboard. Simply just move the pieces, and you'll be okay. Normally, of course. Can I not move them? There we go. Just move them to their colors, of course, and you should be okay. And then you'll unlock the exit for the asylum. Grab the 2 energy vials if you still need them at the end of this, and then pretty much just switch back to the hammer, and now we can leave. Head to the Hall of Heroes and be done with this level. Woo! I do believe that after this point we should get the flaming bow, I believe. Just simply speedrun up. We'll now have access to the second floor, which is really nice for us. I forgot we already had access to the second floor. Derp. Come all the way back here, and we'll get the longbow. Okay, so just the standard longbow. We can actually hop down for a quicker exit, and we can now leave and be done with that. Cheers! As you can see though, most of these levels are going pretty quickly, as I already know what to do and stuff, of course, so don't worry about taking your time. If you need to pause the videos at any point in time, by all means do that. So I'm going to make a quick save here. Okay, so now moving on to the Asylum. This area is actually super straightforward, as there's no way you shouldn't get the trophy, or not trophy, shouldn't get the chalice. Now this is going to be an area where you're pretty much just slamming that hammer down as much as you can. So make sure you're charging up. And as you'll see, you're going to be somewhat gaining percentage towards the chalice, slowly of course. But the reason why is because there's a lot of enemies that you fight here. As you can see, using the hammer's overhead attack does a lot of damage. Makes it really easy to get through the entire mission. You will sometimes still take damage, so don't worry. There are going to be times where you're going to heal. They will give you energy vials and stuff like that, so don't worry about that. Once it's done, drop down to the next area. This area has cannons that will periodically get fired out at you, so just constantly stay evasive and you should be okay. Now, like I said before, you are going to have to revisit most of the missions at least once or twice, for certain reasons, of course. So just be aware of that. From here, we can head on through to the next area. While we're waiting, just take out some bats that have done nothing wrong to us. As you see, you're slowly but steadily gaining percentage to the chalice, so don't worry about that. They'll drop you an energy vial here. Just really, it's kind of them. Now you want to kind of stay towards this back area on this this area, and you'll see why. Well, now once the big dudes start dropping in, it's when you'll know you're almost towards the end of it. Afterwards, they'll drop some money, a shield for you. You can now drop down to the fourth area, which is a circular area. You'll get a new entry in the Book of Galamir. Now, one of the trophies is related to the Book of Galamir, and that's just for getting all the enemies and stuff like that, which, if you're following this guide, you should get. As the last one that I forgot about was the book that you had to read in the Scarecrow Fields. And I was like, are you serious? It's the one thing I forget. Now there should only be one more little area after this one. Come on. Now there are times where the enemies don't fully spawn here. Don't know why. Or they get trapped. And you'll just have to go and kind of slam your hammer down. Or you will have to fully restart the entire mission. Now, restarting a mission will reset all the money that you got during the mission, and will reset your health back to before, when you first started the mission, so don't worry about that. The only progress you lose is made during the mission. Now, you will have to jump back and forth on this final area, so just be wary of that. But it shouldn't be too hard. Like I said, you just slam the hammer down and jump back and forth. You can, at this point, you should be able to get the chalice. That's cheating. And now we're done. So come on down over here, grab the money, grab the chalice, grab the earth rune, put it in slot, talk to the mayor, get the dragon gem, and then we can heal up and be done with this level. Pretty straightforward, like I said. Now if I get what I think we're gonna get after going to the Hall of Heroes here, then we should be able to backtrack to the Scarecrow Fields. Hopefully, of course. Once again, skip any ne'er-do-well who tries to stop us. I do believe we have to come over here to the right. Yep. So no, this isn't us backtracking to the Scarecrow Fields just yet. Now that we've gained the axe, this one's actually a really good weapon. It's really strong. And it's going to help us out in the next area. So then it's definitely going to be the next mission that we do. Okay. So from the Asylum, we're finally going to backtrack over to the Enchanted Earth. If I can maneuver through the game properly. There we go. Enchanted Earth. Now this level is a little bit confusing in its layout. But trust me, I got you covered. Okay, so from here, make sure you have your axe equipped, as it allows you to easily throw it at enemies from a distance. Kind of help you save some health while you're at it, you know. Now follow the path around to the left. Now if you want to do this immediately, you can. I'm gonna wait to do it after we've already completed the mission. But as you'll see over here to the left, we have that cauldron. And I'll explain that in due time. So you basically just run through the mission or level and come over here to the right. It'll be directly across from the stairs. There'll be a frog. So jump up here, follow this path I take. It's a little bit slow, but trust me. Kind of fall asleep while doing this. Head up the second little elevator up here. See what beautiful map we can't see. Climb up the tree even further. Now up here you'll have a bird. Just hold your shield out. If you're fast enough, you should be able to get all of these before he comes back a second time, but you can still get hits. So get the rune, then immediately drop down, get back on the elevator, and there'll be a specific point you'll see it. And once you see the gold, just jump off, drop down, grab the gold. come back around, deal with the annoying frogs, heal up. Now you also want to make sure that you have the enchanted sword equipped. Now simply come back the way you came, take this immediate left, open up this area with the earth rune, get rid of the frog, jump across, make sure you don't fall into the water as you need all the health you can get. Take out that little plant. Use the shadow artifact to open up this area, head down. Now if you swing around over here, you'll have the fire, so go fire, or red, yellow, and like so, you'll open up this area and release all of these shadow demons. You know, just unleashing evil onto the world. You know, we're the good guys, right? Right? Ah, who cares, right? Ah? Yeah. Can't skip this cutscene though. Now here you'll also see that's where the chalice is. Grab the shadow talisman specifically and come out through the fire and air area. Make sure you have either the axe or sword. You'll then be accosted for your actions. It's okay. I'm in the right, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Now fight the shadow demons. That'll get you a new entry in the Book of Galamir. Like I said, the enchanted sword is probably the better option to use. And as you'll see, these guys can take a hit or two, trust me. Deal with these plants that have just now regrown for no reason. I definitely recommend coming down here, using the shop, and re-enchanting your sword to make it easier to deal with the shadow demons. Follow the path around, of course. I do believe after these two, or I believe the next few, you should get enough for the chalice. If not, that's okay. Okay, yeah, so once you have enough for a chalice, simply just head back. Plants will have regrown. Don't worry about it. And now we can go get the chalice and move on to the next thing. Grab that. Be on your way. Now we can... I do that every time. Now we can simply be done. Follow the path around like so. Come to here and put in the shadow talisman. This will have you watch a small little cutscene that you can't skip, sadly. And here, we're going to fight the next boss of the game and get another trophy. These two demons. The axe is actually really good to use right now. Now, it'll immediately spawn you on the actual platform, of course. Now, they'll have 2,000 HP. It's a little ridiculous, I know. They'll also shoot at you, make the platform move, like so. You just need to be careful. It's best to take one out and then worry about the other one. To just go mad ham on damage. If you fall off, it will use a health vial, so just be careful of that. Now they both have 1,000 HP. Second one will start throwing these meteors down. Just start mashing circle on him. When he starts moving the platform, just be ready for that. But as long as you keep mashing, you'll get all of this health back at the end of it. And you'll get the rune as soon as you're done. You'll then be lifted up. As you'll see, you'll get plenty of healing items and can be done with that. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Just want to use these all up. Fill all of your stuff back up. Like I said, pretty simple guide. Pretty straightforward. I try and do this as fast as I can for you guys. That way you can easily learn the maps, missions, and stuff like that. That way you don't just watch some dude who has no idea what he's doing try and show you a guide. So from here, you'll see you're back here. You'll have to now go all the way back around, through the doors, and you can now finally leave the Enchanted Earth. Now we will come back here, of course, for that witch, but that's going to be a later time. Now, if I do believe that what we should get is the flaming bow now, then we can go back to the Scarecrow Fields. Nope, we get the shield. Jeez, this game just does not like us. Now we get the gold shield. Pretty cool. Pretty good shield, in my opinion, if you ask me. That's just me, of course. Alright, so now I'm going to make a quick save, just because this next part is probably going to be a little bit annoying.